Suzan Starler. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to be speaking with you today. So, what are we going to do today? I thought we'd change it up a little bit. Many of you have heard my story. Some of you have not. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, then I'm going to tell you a little bit about how and what I do, and then we're going to play a little bit. So hopefully you've all finished eating, because that's going to be the fun part. So a little bit about me. Yes, I'm a California person, and my designation here is health and nutrition. So that's a pretty broad spectrum category. We've got health and wellness, we've got holistic health, but my focus here is nutrition. And how did I get into this business? Well, some of you know this, about 23 years ago, I was diagnosed with a very serious autoimmune disease. It almost killed me. I was given 2 years to live after I was diagnosed. I was having strokes. It left me right side paralyzed. After the third stroke, which was affecting my heart and affecting my eyes, and when the doctor wanted to do surgery, I said, well, for one thing, at the time I was 40, and I couldn't imagine myself with a 12-inch scar down the middle of my chest. And second, given that my heart looked like a little shriveled up raisin, I just honestly didn't think I was going to come off that table. So I took a big step back and started applying some of the knowledge that I had in nutritional therapies. Within 6 weeks, my antibody count was negative. Within 6 months, I had grown a new heart, or that's what it looked like on the echo. And it took another 5 years to sort of pull the rest of my body through the process and get healthy, but I did it, and then I knew I had my mission. I knew that I could go out there and I could teach other people how to make better choices, how to help heal themselves. And that's what I've been doing for 23 years, and it has been my pleasure and my privilege. So what does that look like to the real person who hasn't been diagnosed with a dire diagnosis, and who hasn't had strokes, and maybe isn't having a heart attack? Well, for a lot of people, it can look like, oh, I have a headache in the morning, or the evening, or the afternoon, or whenever. Or after you've eaten dinner, lunch, or breakfast, you feel sleepy, and you feel tired, and you just don't think you can function for the rest of the day. And you might have brain fog. Anybody here ever have brain fog?
Huh?
Oh, come on. Listen, I know the stats, you guys. I know there's a bigger population than you guys who are brave enough to wear your head. Thank you. So there are things that you can do in order to help yourself with that. And honestly, it starts with what you put on your plate. So here's the guilt. Okay, I'm a big one for saying, what are the biggies that you should train yourself to avoid? Well, there's gluten, dairy, soy, and genetically modified organisms. All right, gluten, why not? It is not a buzzword. Gluten in the body actually doesn't look like any of the gluten that our grandparents, arguably, great-grandparents used to eat. Previously, it was one of those weeds that sort of was harvested in the winter when there was nothing else to eat. Now it is just cheap filler foods, and it actually creates inflammation in your tummy, and that inflammation creates leaky gut, and that leaky gut leads to inflammation, which is arguably the #1 cause of all disease in America. So, in the bottom line, because I can wax poetic about gluten for about an hour and a half or more, you don't want to eat it. Even those people who don't get tummy aches do have a reaction to gluten, and in fact 80% of the gluten-related symptoms have nothing to do with what looks like is going on in your belly, but they're actually neurologic signs. There's your headache, there's your brain fog, there's your numbness, there's your tingling, there's the I get sick all the time and I don't know why. Dairy, another big one. Dairy does not look like the dairy that the farmers used to drink when it came right out of the cow, that wasn't shot full of growth hormone and antibiotics raised in stocks with lots of stress. The dairy that is pretty much prevalent in the United States today is basically undigested globules of fat going through your system, creating inflammation, and we're back to the primary cause of disease. Genetically modified organisms, okay, that's pretty much anything that's been genetically modified, and probably pretty much anything, love you guys who serve here, but probably anything on your plate. And what that means is it has in it something called the Bt toxin, and that Bt toxin is going to go in and it's going to eat up your gut. So 80% of the immune system, I know you've heard me talk about this before, is in your gut. Let's not talk about the pesticides which go in and kill all the good bacteria. I'm sure you've heard probiotics are the thing to take. All right, so That's it for technical. Now that you've had a little bit of guilt, enjoy your breakfast. So, okay, now.
Dr. Starler, I'm sorry, you said probiotics what?
They replace the good flora in your gut. You're welcome. And they do a lot of other things too, but I've got 10 minutes. So here's what we're going to do. In my office, I play nice music. And why do I play nice music? I play nice music because one of the things that causes a problem for people is stress. And when you get stressed, your body becomes more acidic. And when you become more acidic, your body becomes more inflamed. And we're right back to the #1 cause of disease in America. So I like to play nice music. The other thing I like to do is greet my patients with a smile and a hug, because that makes people feel better. It makes them feel warm and fuzzy. And it makes me feel warm and fuzzy, and I feel like I'm giving back a little bit more even before they walk through my door. So I promised you we would play. Everybody look to the person, well, pair off. I want you to look at somebody sitting next to you. And I want you to smile at them. Okay, this is the audience participation part. So everybody turn to somebody sitting next to you and smile at them, please. I want to see teeth. I want to see teeth. Okay, you guys smile. Smile at your teeth. Beautiful teeth. Okay, this is really good. Where's our dentist representative? Teeth. We want to see pretty teeth. Okay, and now I want you guys to look at each other, and I want you to say something really nice, genuinely nice about the person sitting next to you to that person. Yeah, we have warm and fuzzy going on here. You guys are not playing. Go ahead, play. I want everybody to play. Say something nice, genuinely nice to the person sitting next to you. Okay, we'll pick one. Just tap them on the shoulder. Say, hey. There you go. See? You guys are doing great. And you're so incredibly coachable. I'm proud of you. Okay, now, I want everybody to look up here. Look up here. Guys, now I want you to laugh. I want you to belly laugh. Breathe deep. Really, seriously, belly laughs. And what does that do? That brings oxygen into the lungs and oxygen into the brains. And, you know, if I haven't got you up and doing exercise, where's our amazing trainer? He's off training somebody. If you're not moving, you're not living. So we've got this whole mind-body connection. And my category is health and nutrition. So I like to start with, what can you do to help yourself? You can wake up in the morning, you can look in the mirror, and even if there's somebody there not there, you can smile, and you can give yourself a little giggle, and you can say, okay, this is going to be a good day. And when you go into that kitchen, you can make, hopefully, smarter choices. Because 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will experience cancer. Those are the stats. It is avoidable. It is. It's not just what you eat. It's not just how you act. It's not just what you believe and how you treat other people. It's all of it. Absolutely all of it. So with a little bit of help, and that's something that I can give you, and hopefully I have today, you can help to avoid the odds. So, questions? Anybody? Mike?
Susan was Dr. Starler was the first professional I saw when I joined the group about 3 years ago. And I went to her not because I had any real problems, but I had this malaise and I wanted to have more energy. And she put me on a little fast, a little diet. And to this day, I follow it, and I feel great. I operate on not that much sleep. I have tons of energy, and I always feel good. And I need to see you again, actually.
So do you recommend that we completely
get all the gluten out of our diets?
Yes.
No more pizza.
Don't cry.
No more pizza.
Crying is not increasing.
what does cry?
She said, don't cry.
Question, how stuff probiotic is kimchi food?
Yeah, no.
No, does it through.
The question was, as a probiotic, are there other natural things that you can use? And yes, kimchi, any fermented food is typically a really good natural source of probiotics in your system. Yes, absolutely. Any other questions? Hold on a second. Doctor?
First of all, it's so wonderful to hear you speak. What's the story behind the basic water versus acidic water? For example, Kangen water. How valid that philosophy is?
Sure. I'm asked what is the basic philosophy behind the acidic versus basic water, and that has to do with the pH, the acid-base balance in your body. Arguably, because of our diet, to a great degree, a lot of what we have in our system is very acidic. Kangen water has many different properties, but one of the things it can do is help to decrease that acidity so that your body can function better. And I think I'm out of time. But I want to thank you all for playing, and thank you